This is King Noble Black Supremacy, and with this particular video I want to talk about how black supremacy, King Nobleism, is a doorway into a different reality. But it's a doorway that's right here. The doorway is through the thresholds of an alternate perception, because your old perception frames the entirety of your reality. So the world you enter in is one of your own consciousness that has been pre-programmed, and you've accepted it. You've surrendered over your mind unknowingly to entities that have taught you how to think and how to perceive reality. And you are walking around in that construct, and your perception is limited to seeing what they want you to see. And what they want you to see does not necessarily create bliss, joy, and happiness in your life. It's a rat race. It's a wheel. It's a loop of ups and downs, of negative perspectives. It can be very dramatic at times. It could be a never-ending conundrum. But whatever you do within that perspective works for them. At the end of the day, no matter what you perceive and what you think within inside of those boundaries will work for their reality. They can benefit off of it. They can feed off of it. King Nobleism, black supremacy, is a doorway into a different reality. Once you open up your consciousness and step into that reality, your world becomes beautiful. You enter into a black supreme reality when now you perceive things that make you act in a way that manifests perfection in your life. It's not been what's happening in your life. It's been how you have perceived it. And not just how you perceived it, but how you have reacted to that perception to reinforce and remanifest that reality. So you need new perception in order to get new action. And to have new perception, you have to have radical thought. You have to have an expanded consciousness. You have to become open to something else. You have to look for something else. So you have to step into the doorway of black supremacy. But many can't do it because their mind is so locked. They have an old saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Your mind is locked and programmed into seeing things a certain way that has added up to the way your life has been, that seemed as an inescapable trap. So if your mind is locked, you can't see, you can't step into that new door, then your only hope at that point is to follow somebody on the other side of that door, to follow somebody who's walked through that door, to enter into that divine, black, and beautiful reality. You have to follow them. So you have to surrender and submit your mind, which is habitually perceiving the prison, which is habitually perceiving fear, lack, doubt, and limitation, which is causing pain and suffering in your life. Your mind is habitually and pathologically thinking in that way, which is why your life ends up the way it do. And at the end of the day, it ends up in the same type of situation. There's a lot of unanswered questions, and it becomes very fatalistic and very negative if you use the construct that they gave you. And when you accept that construct, then you must find escapisms that they give you to compensate for the negative construct that they gave you. It's a win-win situation for them. So now you need drugs, alcohol, you need all types of stuff. Black self-hate, hatred of your own people. You need a lot of stuff to escape the negative narrative that they gave you, to deal with it, to compensate for it, to soothe it. I'm challenging you to step into a divine black reality that can transform the entire world as you knew it. That can make you now act in a way that will create total bliss in your life. And that the manifestations that will occur in your life, based on you taking a chance to step outside of the old construct, will almost be miraculous. And the manifestations that will occur in your life will reinforce the new reality that you chose to step into. But like I said, many of you are not going to be able to just make the step on your own, because as soon as you make that step, you get an opposite thought. The program has serious mechanisms to force you to continue to think and look at things in a certain manner. So every time you try to make a step, you continue to your mind continues to just throw all the negatives at you. It continues to play certain tapes. It continues to make you look at your life and look at situations and things going in your life in a way that is not advantageous for you. That doesn't make sense to how this is heaven. That doesn't make sense about how your life is perfect. It doesn't make sense with the way the program is running. So you have to step outside of that mindset. But you're going to need help. And that's when the guru comes in. That's where God in flesh, God manifested on earth. So then now you're going to need to follow. Your GPS within your mind is leading you to where you've always been. It's leading you in the same direction that you've already gone. It has already mapped it out. So you don't even know where you're going. It's black supreme reality is unfamiliar territory for you. It's unfamiliar areas, new stomping ground. So you're going to need to follow to get there. You're going to need to take a chance and surrender and let go of everything and follow your way into bliss. Follow your way into this type of invincible mindedness. Follow your way into this type of posture of being situated in divine consciousness. You're going to have to follow your way into it. You're going to have to follow through that door. That means you got to turn off everything. Because if you leave anything on, it's going to tell you, no, negative, this is that happened to me, this is bad, this is negative, this is bullshit, this is why I don't do that, this is that. You're not going to be able to make it. Your trust won't even get you there. So you're going to need to follow. This is where becoming a disciple and becoming a devotee is very important. Because it can take you where you cannot go. That your autopilot and all the programs running within your mind has to be turned off for you to make it. You won't let you do it. So you have to turn everything off, and that's where becoming a follower can allow you to transcend and take you beyond where you at and where your consciousness is. Because by the time you get through following, you look up and find yourself in unfamiliar ground. You find yourself in bliss. You find yourself in happiness. You find yourself in heaven when you look up, because you're like, then I've been following. Now let me look up, where am I? And now your mind, the fabric of your mind gets rewoven and restructured and recreated now to match the heaven that you've walked into. It now your mind begins to justify the blissful reality that you have now entered. And now your mind's giving you new thoughts. Now the program in you is dying. Now a new reality is being created within you. One that is going to be consistent with where you followed into. That you was able to turn off your mind long enough. So you're supposed to be able to turn off your mind through meditation and turn off your mind through certain yoga postures. You're supposed to be able to turn off your mind and gain discipline over your consciousness. You're supposed to be able to do this. But if you can't do that because you're just not that disciplined and your meditation is not that deep and you can't silence the mind that good, then the only way you can do it is through being a devotee, through being a follower, and truly, sincerely following your way out. You're going to have to let you follow. Your steps are going to have to be guided. You're going to have to blindfold the program, blindfold the type of seer, blindfold that which is perceiving limitations, blindfold that which is perceiving hell, blindfold that for a little while. And just follow the guru. Just grab the hem of his garment and let the guru lead you through the door. And then once you get on the other side of the door, where you smell different aromas, where the incense smell different, the fragrances is different, and you see light coming through the blindfold, and you're on the other side of the door, then take the blindfold off. Take the blindfold off, and then you're going to be amazed, like, whoa, this is so beautiful. What is this now? And now your mind is going to reproduce itself and recreate itself based on the new reality that you have now entered into. And this is the necessity of following the guru, of becoming a disciple, killing your ego and not having too much pride to follow. This is the benefit of it. This is how you trick yourself into bliss. This is how you sneak into heaven. It's King Noble Black Supremacy. Join my website, www.kingnobleuncensored.com. Donate and don't hate.